Well, good afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call to order this Tuesday, January 23rd, 2024 meeting of the Pierce County Council. The time is 3:02 p.m. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll?
Councilmember Campbell.
Here.
Councilmember Kruger.
Here.
Councilmember Denson.
Here.
Councilmember
Here.
Councilmember Hitchens.
Here.
Councilmember Morrell.
Here.
Here. We have 7 members present and a quorum. Please join us in listening to the land acknowledgement and Pledge of Allegiance to the flag, led by Vice Chair Campbell, followed by a moment of silence dedicated to our men and women serving overseas in the military. Vice Chair Campbell.
Thank you, Chair. We acknowledge that we are on the traditional homelands of the Coast Salish tribe and Coast Salish people who have lived and stewarded these lands since time immemorial and continue to do so today. We recognize that this land acknowledgement is one small step towards true allyship, and we commit to uplifting the voices, experiences, and histories of the indigenous people of this land. I'd like to invite all people to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance in the back of the room and remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We are now at section 4 of our agenda, which is the approval of the agenda. Are there any objections to approving today's agenda as presented? Seeing no objection, the agenda is approved. On today's council agenda, there will be multiple opportunities for public comment. On the consent agenda, you may provide comment on any final action item. This does not include items simply placed on the consent agenda for introduction or scheduling. On today's consent agenda, there are 2 appointment resolutions for final hearings. And under community forum, there will be an opportunity to address the council on any topic that is not on today's agenda. We ask you to be mindful of the decorum expected during this meeting, including the information on our rules for public participation, which you may find at the bottom of page 1 of today's agenda. So that brings us to section 5, our consent agenda. We have a consent agenda before us. Does any member wish to pull any item from the consent agenda? Mr. Campbell.
Thank you, Chair. I move approval of the consent agenda as amended, moving item C2A to section 9.
Is there a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded to adopt the consent agenda with the exception of moving item C2A to our regular meeting agenda, to section 9 of our agenda. That leaves C2B on our agenda, which is a final action item. So this is a public hearing on proposal on the one remaining consent agenda item. Any member of the public wish to provide comment on our consent agenda? Please come to the podium, and we ask you to state your name for the record. You have 3 minutes to make your remarks. We ask you to state your name if you would like on the record, please. We ask you to come to the podium to use the microphone. Sir, I'm sorry, people can't hear you participating at home. We have folks listening on TV and at home, and they need to be able to hear you. Please state your name for the record. You have 3 minutes.
Okay, Berthwick Barrington Seaton. I'd like to know with the council this, I'm legally blind also, so I can't see the read. And I don't have a copy of the agenda that y'all have in front of y'all, so.
So this is a time for public comment on the appointment of 3 existing members to the Aging and Disability Resources Advisory Board. So your comments will need to be germane to the appointment of those 3 members to the Aging and Disability Resources Advisory Board. If you have comments for something other than that, there will be time on our agenda at the very end of the meeting for you to make more general comments.
Okay, can I get a copy of the documents that y'all looking at?
Yes, we'll ask our staff to assist you.
All right, thank you, sir. All right, thank you.
Thank you for being here. Does any other member of the public wish to provide comment? Not seeing any. Mr. Weinsbury, final comment on the consent agenda.
Yes, sir. For any members, of the
I'll do it. Any member of the public wish to provide comment on the consent agenda, please raise your hand in Zoom. Don't see anybody in Zoom. Apologies for our technical difficulties. We've been having Zoom issues, which we are actively resolving. We're going to close the public hearing, bring it back to the council. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on the consent agenda?
Councilmember Krueger. Aye. Councilmember Denson. Aye. Councilmember Herrera.
Aye.
Councilmember Hitchin.
Aye.
Councilmember Morrell.
Aye.
Councilmember Campbell.
Aye.
And Councilmember Mello.
Aye.
The result of the roll call vote is 7 ayes and 0 nays.
On a vote of 7 ayes and 0 nays, the consent agenda is adopted. That does bring us to, under Section 6, there are no messages from the executive, judges, or a prosecuting attorney, which brings us to Section 7, proclamations, recognitions, and awards. Today, the council proudly recognizes Lucas Hatton, America's Strongest Man of 2023 for athletic excellence. With Lucas is his mother, Terry Hatton, and father, Jim. We would like to invite all of you to the podium as Councilmember Krueger reads this recognition into the record.
Thank you, Chair. This is a recognition of the Pierce County Council honoring Lucas Hatton for athletic excellence as America's Strongest Man in 2023. Whereas the 2023 America's Strongest Man and Woman, a grueling 2-day competition featuring the nation's most elite strong men and strong women, took place November 3rd through 5 at the Orlando Convention Center in Florida. And whereas, amid this fierce competition, Lucas Hatton, an exceptional athlete from Eatonville, emerged as the triumphant champion in the men's division, a demanding contest comprised of 6 challenging events, including the max overhead press, yoke carry, deadlift machine, circus dumbbell medley, natural stone loading, and power stairs. And whereas, Hatton showcased his dominance by winning 3 events, one of which was an impressive 440-pound max overhead press, and finishing in the top 3 in other 3 events. And whereas Hatton's journey to claim the title of America's Strongest Man is characterized by an unwavering passion for strength sports rooted in his formative years in Eatonville, where he excelled in football and track at Eatonville High School, garnering notable achievements such as appearances in the East-West All-State football game, earning the league's most valuable player on defense, and 6 state medals in track events. And whereas Hatton's athletic prowess continued at Pacific Lutheran University, where he achieved remarkable success in both track and field and football, earning first-team All-Northwest Conference honors and offensive line play, and conference champion in hammer and shot put during his senior year. And whereas Hatton's transition to the realm of strongman competitions commenced post-Pacific Lutheran University, he embraced the discipline full-time during the pandemic, taking a leap of faith and resigning from his 8-year job to fervently pursue his aspiration of becoming a professional strongman. And despite encountering financial challenges, Hatton discovered fulfillment in coaching over 20 clients and co-owning 2 gyms, including Dungeon Strength RX in Auburn, distinguished as one of the premier powerlifting and strongman gyms in the nation. And whereas, there's more. Hatton's unyielding dedication and sacrifices bore fruit as he ascended through the ranks in the strongman world, earning his pro card and achieving notable performances, including a commendable fourth place finish at the 2022 official Strongman Games and a remarkable second place finish at the Arnold Amateur World Championships in 2023, and second place North American Championship in Montreal, Quebec. And whereas Lucas Hatton, undeterred in his pursuit of excellence, continues to chase his dreams with upcoming competitions, including the Arnold Sports Festival UK, Birmingham, England, to be held March 15 through 17, 2024, where he will compete internationally with high hopes of securing an invitation to the prestigious Giants Live Arena Tour and eventually compete at the World's Strongest Man, thereby solidifying his standard among the preeminent athletes on the global stage. Now, therefore, be it recognized on this 23rd day of January 2024 that the Pierce County Council celebrates Lucas Hatton for his exceptional achievements, unwavering dedication, and triumphant accomplishment as America's strongest man in the year 2023.
Let's give him a round of applause. Lucas, we would love to hear a few words from you.
Yeah, I want to thank you guys for having me. It means a lot, especially kind of growing up around your kids and with your family. Getting that from you is kind of cool. It's left my job a couple years ago to left the safety of a salary to do what I really love to do. And the money and all that stuff is finally starting to catch back up, and life is balancing out. But this has kind of been a cool journey, and like it's worth it on the other side of the hard stuff. And even if I wasn't getting any of the recognition or any of the titles, like I'd still be doing this. I still get to coach, still get to do a job that I don't hate, and not a lot of people get to do that. It's been great, and I think just pretty proud to be where I'm from. And as people start to compete in sports and whatever they're doing on the international stage, they start to say things like, "Oh, I'm from Seattle or Washington," and make it simple, or "I'm just from the United States." And I think a lot of people lose pride in the exact place they're from, and I think it's pretty important to me to be like, I'm from Eatonville, then Tacoma, and I'm from here, and I'm not from Seattle, Washington, I'm from here. And I think that's going to be something important to me moving forward, and I'm pretty excited to see what that all is. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Lucas. We are so proud of you, and so proud that you are from our community. Mom and Dad, do you have anything to share? You don't have to, but we would welcome your thoughts.
We're very proud, very proud. And it's been fun. We retired in 2011, and he started this shortly after, so we get to travel a lot now and see some exciting places. We're looking forward
going to England in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
You must be very proud.
Very proud.
Very proud.
Well, thank you for supporting your son. Thank you for being with us. Lucas, I don't know that you didn't bring any props from what we can tell from here, but do we have some show and tell? The next best thing from you actually having some show and tell in person. I believe we get to watch a video or two. Well, as we're queuing that up, Vice Chair, you give me the high sign when you're ready. Are you ready? Okay, go ahead. What are we seeing, Lucas?
This was a natural stone medley, so these are all just stones that they found out in the woods or somewhere. So there's a bit of a challenge of figuring out how to do it, not just the weight, because they're all irregular. The first, I think, was 280 pounds, up to the heaviest was 375. Yeah, and we had 60 seconds to figure it out, and this was probably the event that put me far enough ahead to basically secure the win. It's a
That's
fun one.
incredible.
Yeah.
And we have one more clip. What are we going to be seeing next, Lucas?
I don't know. Which
Oh, it's a
podium.
surprise for all of us.
I actually don't know.
You
I
included.
genuinely don't. Power steering.
Points. Taking home $5,000.
That's the podium.
So is this the same competition, Lucas?
Yeah, this is just this is the podium ceremony.
See, the stones are
In
still
second
underneath.
place with 54.5 points, taking home $10,000, Marcus Grover. In first place with 61 points, taking home $25,000. Your 2023 America's Strongest Man, Lucas Hatton.
Second place is still very great.
Yeah.
That is incredible.
Much.
Congratulations again. Let me open it up to my colleagues to see what further remarks members have. We're going to begin with Vice Chair Campbell.
Thank you. Congratulations. On an unrelated note, I have a couch that needs to be moved.
I have very often been the I need help moving friend.
Some people need a truck. Others just need you.
Yeah.
Sincerely, congratulations, and to hear that progressions of the thirds, the seconds, the first show your dedication to work,
Yeah.
and your demeanor here as Councilmember Kruger read that, the humility that this is clearly a passion for you and not something that you do for acknowledgement. And so good to acknowledge you, whether you want to have it or not, because we need to acknowledge those in our communities that do extraordinary things so that others can look up to it. So thank you for what you do and contribute.
Thank you.
Thank you. Councilmember Denson.
I'm going to second all of that, and then I have some questions.
Sure.
Just real quick, I'm curious, what is your training routine? Like, how much time do you spend in the gym? What do you eat?
Okay.
And then the third one is, typically with these competitions, I think, isn't there a variety of different tasks? What's your hardest one? What's
okay.
the toughest one that you're like, oh, here it comes?
Training is kind of the easy part. In what my job is now, I run Dungeon Strength in Auburn. So I spend my whole day either thinking about movement and the events because I'm teaching it. So I train 4 days a week. Sessions are usually 2, 3, maybe 4 hours, but that's just strongman's a lot of strange events. So there's setup and takedown, and it's not the normal gym routine. But it's fun. I actually don't eat as much as people would think. I have friends in the. I don't. I have
Mom
friends-
disagrees about her grocery bill.
I have friends in the sport that have trouble staying large, so they'll eat 8 to 10,000 calories a day. I don't have to do that. I'm probably 3 to 4, which for most people is still a lot of food. And the most challenging event, I know, it's arm over arm. So like they'll do, like I'm seated, there's a rope, and they'll attach it to a truck or something, and we have to, kind of arm over arm pull it to us. And that has been an event that has lost me 2 major shows. But no, it's one I'm working on. But aside from that, I think something that's been good about getting a lot of seconds, thirds, fourths is I've been one of the best learners in the room. That's the only event I've ever been bad at twice. I've been bad at an event once, many times, but the skill of like practicing, training, coming back to it, I'm typically at least middle of the pack or upper middle of the pack when they get back to it. So, yeah.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Councilmember Kruger.
Thank you, Chair. I just have to say, this is so much fun. It is being able to bring these things to the council that are a bright, shining light in the daytime. And there was one of the events that you did that I was bummed I didn't get it passed on, but you're lifting this big, huge ecology block looking thing up a step and then up a step and you were behind. And then you have to go back, you get up, you had to go back down, didn't you? And go back up, and then you passed him. And it was just like right at the end, it's like, oh my gosh, it makes your hair stand. And it's just such an, I want to say it's an honor to have people in my district that are is enjoying life and committed to being the family and doing the things that you do and showing that how much fun it can be to accomplish and be determined to do these things and disciplined enough to do it. And it's such an inspiration to everyone else watching as well. And I think if I can find that other one, maybe I'll show it at another meeting. Just,
Sure.
Yeah.
I have it on my phone.
Well, if I knew how to transfer, if we could do that,
Thank you very
but that it's it's just being able to like live through our kids and kind of growing up and I don't know how 25, 30 years, I don't know,
31.
And living through the lives and bringing such joy. So thank you for coming down. Thank you for what you've done. Thank you, Mom and Dad.
Thank you.
It's
Thank you for having
a
us.
joy. Thank you. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Councilmember Herrera.
Thank you, Chair, and I just really appreciate your comments about home. And about, I can only imagine, just, being away from home and you kind of get a sense of an amplified appreciation for home. And you talking about your hometown in Eatonville, which, it's a small community. Everybody probably knows everybody. And, maybe as a kid you didn't really realize the blessed place that you grew up in until you leave it. And then you come home with that amplified appreciation for home. But thanks for mentioning that. And representing.
Yeah.
So, thank you, Chair.
Hit the lottery growing up there. It's an awesome place. I'll go back.
Well, thank you for coming all this way to allow us to introduce you to the rest of the Pierce County community, help celebrate your many accomplishments. We are so proud that you are from our community. And, thank you, Councilmember Cruver, for introducing us to the strongest man in 2023. And now we get to, I love following sports. And so adding you to the list of, you got to show us how to track this particular sport.
Well, you can watch it in person in Tacoma because we're bringing it to Tacoma. My gym hosts a Pro-Am contest. It's one of the biggest shows in the country. It's called the Rainier Classic. We've hosted it. It started in the parking lot of the gym a couple of years ago. We moved to Burien Chevrolet has been the host venue for us the last couple of years, but we've outgrown it. So we're going to the Tacoma Convention Center the first weekend in May. I believe it's the 3rd and 4th. We'll be down there. There's pros flying out from all over the world. It'll be a really cool show to watch. Open to the public, so kind of plug that here.
Well, Councilmember Cruver, if you can make sure that gets on our calendars. It is a short walk down the hill from here. So we look forward to rooting you on at that competition and many competitions to come, and we're so very proud of you.
Thank you very much.
Please come on up so we can take a photo with you. It truly is a good day when we get to recognize some of the best of Pierce County. So thanks for letting us do that. We moved proposal resolution 2024-111 to our agenda under Section 9. There are no ordinances, so we are at Section 9 resolutions. I'd like to call on I'd like to call on Councilmember Morel for a motion.
Mr. Chair, I move proposal number R 2024-111.
Second.
It's been properly moved and seconded that we approve Resolution 2024-111. Madam Clerk, will you please read the title?
Proposal number R 2024-111, a resolution of the Pierce County Council confirming the appointment of two new members, Jerome O'Leary and Brittany Carbolado, I believe, to the Transportation Advisory Commission. Thank you.
Thank you. I believe we have one of the appointees with us, Brittany. Brittany, welcome. Thank you for being with us. Vice Chair Campbell and I know you quite well because of your professional service at Pierce Transit. I don't know that our peers have the fortune of knowing you, so we would love for you to briefly introduce yourself and share why you wish to serve. Good afternoon, Brittany.
Hi, Chair Mello and council members. My name is Brittany Carbolito, very close with the pronunciation. I'm a planner here at Pierce Transit and previously served as the assistant to our CEO and deputy clerk of our board, where I got a very high-level understanding of all the issues facing transit right now. I'm excited to represent Pierce Transit on this important commission. I think I can bring a valuable perspective to the group. And of course, I really look forward to collaborating with my fellow commission members. So thank you so much for this appointment.
Thank you, Brittany. We don't have Jerome with us, but we do have his written materials in the packet, as always, and many of us know Jerome because of service on other boards and commissions for Pierce County. Are there questions for Brittany while we have her here before we open this up for a public hearing? Councilmember Hitchin.
Thank you, Chair. Not a question, but just Brittany is one of the residents of District 6. I was excited to see her just because it's District 6, and then I read her resume, and I was like, this will be a wonderful asset to the work of the TAC, and just very excited to continue to think about how we move people in our county as we grow. So I appreciate your energy and willingness to serve in this capacity. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you. Well, let's open this up for a public hearing on this appointment resolution to these two new members to the Transportation Advisory Commission. Anyone here in chambers wishing to provide comment on this appointment resolution of these two members? Anyone here in chambers? Not seeing anyone. Mr. Weinsbury, is it going to work or do I need to do it? Okay, we'll work out the kinks later. Anybody in our Zoom room wishing to provide comment on this appointment resolution, please raise your hand in Zoom. We have Maxine with her hand up. Maxine, you have 3 minutes to make your comments. Welcome.
Hi, this is Maxine Herbert Hill. I'm out in the Puyallup Valley, and I want to welcome Brittany to the TAC. I am a member of the TAC, and I want to commend the council for having Jerome O'Leary now on the TAC. He's going to be a tremendous asset. I'm sure Brittany will be too. So I just wanted to say good job, council. Got great people coming on board, and we need them. So thanks very much, and welcome aboard, Brittany. I'll be looking forward to meeting you on Thursday. I trust you will be there.
Thank you for your comments, Maxine. Anybody else in the Zoom room wishing to provide comment on this appointment resolution, please raise your hand. I don't see any. We'll close the public hearing, bring it back to council. Are there final comments by council members? We'll know both of them well and grateful for you lending your volunteer time and expertise to benefit the transportation network and the people of Pierce County. Madam Clerk, will you please call the roll on Resolution 2024-111?
Councilmember Herrera. Aye. Councilmember. Aye. Councilmember Morel. Aye. Councilmember Campbell.
Aye.
Councilmember Krueger.
Aye.
Councilmember Denson.
Aye.
And Councilmember Mello.
Aye.
The result of the roll call vote is 7 ayes and 0 nays.
On a vote of 7 ayes and 0 nays, the resolution is adopted. That brings us to Community Forum, Section 10. Community Forum is an opportunity for members of the public to address the council on any topic that is of significance to or affecting Pierce County government and that did not appear on today's agenda. There is a 3-minute time limit. We ask you to state your name if you would like it on the record and that you address all comments to the chair. We'll start with those here in council chambers. Anyone here in council chambers wishing to participate in Community Forum. We'll welcome you to the podium so that those participating online and on PCTV can hear your comments. Anyone in chambers, please come to the podium. Thank you very much. If you wouldn't mind adjusting the microphone so it can reach their height. Thank you. Please state your name for the record. You'll have 3 minutes to make your remarks.
Berthwick Barrington Seaton. I went to school here in Tacoma, Washington in 1974. Went to Mount Tacoma High School. And I hate to say that the place is looking ugly with all these homeless people. I know we're trying to do the best we can do about these homeless people in the streets, living on the highways and the parks. But we cannot dish out money to put homeless people in housing if we don't address the landlord issue. The landlord is making the place ugly. My family came here, they said they don't want to come back here because they don't want to walk over people on the streets. And that's what I'm saying to y'all. We need to change that law that landlords can raise their rent, put people in the streets. And I don't agree if no landlord putting a family with kids that go to school in the street because they can't pay their rent during the wintertime. That should not be allowed in the state of Washington. So I'm asking y'all council people to change the rental law in the state of Washington for the little people, not for the big people, for the little people. That's all I'm asking, because I am affected too. If I could show you documents what my landlord is doing to me, your jaws would hit the ground, man. I'm legally blind, disabled. I died on December the 21st at my doctor's office. And now I have a pacemaker defibrillator in my heart to keep me alive. The stress that is going on in the state of Washington need to be addressed at the highest level. We need to stop this landlord, these corporations, from making the state of Washington look ugly by putting people in the streets, man. That's all I have to say. We need to change the law. And y'all know that, sitting up there, that law needs to be changed, man. That's all I have to say to y'all. And Lucas, congratulations, and I'm very proud of you, sir. You know, I can't see what you have, but I'm very proud of you. Because I used to do the same thing in New York City. I used to walk around to all the parks when the guys had a bench press. And I lift 550 pounds with ease. And I could squat 600 pounds and I could deadlift 700 pounds when I was 23 years old. And I really am proud of you for doing that, for putting us on the map. Thank you. Thank y'all council members for listening to what I had to say. Let's please try to change this law. That's all I'm asking y'all. It's affecting me. I'm disabled, I'm legally blind, and it's died on the 21st. And you can call St. Peter's Hospital, or you can call my doctor, Rednick, and he'll tell you I passed out in his office.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all for listening.
Thank you. Anyone else in chambers wishing to provide comment during community forum? I'm not seeing anyone. Let's move to our Zoom room. I see one hand up with a caller ending in the digits 874. Caller 874, please proceed.
Good afternoon, Chair Mello, council members. Can everybody hear me okay?
We can hear you.
Yes, thank you. My name is Thomas Wick, and thank you for allowing me to speak this afternoon. And what I'd like to ask, discuss, and have the council provide assistance and address this from even a broader county level, if they would. But I want to give the definition of malfeasance. And the definition of malfeasance is basically where, I'm summarizing, where a government employee or elected official engages in unlawful conduct and it causes harm to someone, to others. And I was the victim of that, not once, but twice, with Pierce County. The first time, Pierce County rendered permit 761519 invalid, using engineering documents that were not valid for permitting purposes. That was an unlawful act, and it caused us harm, my wife and I. We filed multiple claims for damages at Pierce County. And while the documents that validated the claim were published in Pierce County's online database, Pierce County Risk Management Department denied valid claims for damages. That is the malfeasance times the second one. So I don't know who to turn to. I spoke with a representative from the Pierce County Prosecutor's Office, and this lady did not disclose her name, her identity. And what I was told is hire an attorney. And so I'm asking you, Chair Mello and Ms. Benson, and I would just like to know when there's malfeasance and it harms a Pierce County resident, who exactly do you turn to? I don't believe a private attorney in the private sector would be the appropriate pathway to hold employees accountable at some level. That's what I'm requesting this evening. And I also tried to reach out to you, Chair Mello. Your assistant kind of indicated you'd be giving me a call. I didn't hear from you. I even invited you to lunch so we could sit down and discuss this, and that lunch was going to be on me. And you didn't follow up with me, which was a concern. I don't know if you got my emails or not. Maybe you didn't. I assume you didn't because, an invitation to lunch would at least warrant a response, I would think. Anyway, thank you for allowing me to speak, and I look forward to receiving something from you, Chair Mello, or your designee regarding who do I turn to when I'm the victim of malfeasance. Thank you again.
Thank you. Anyone else in our Zoom room? Caller ending in 075. Welcome.
Hi, this is Roxy Giddings. I wanted to throw a little thing out there that's a community thing out here in Parkland where I live. We're trying to save the historic Parkland School, and we have a deadline of getting some more money by the 31st of January to keep on schedule to purchase the school. And we really would like anybody who went to that school or knows about it or enjoyed the idea that we're going to have a community center there if we can actually get our hands on that place. And it's in fairly good condition, and it's sturdy and sound. It's not a problem, and we've had some studies done on it, and we have good results. And it does need work, lots of it on the inside to bring it up to code and all that. But if there's anyone out there listening, I would really appreciate it if you would get on your computer and look for the Parkland School or Parkland Community Association, and that's the organization behind it. And then we're trying to make money for the school so we can get it. So, thanks for listening.
Thank you, Ms. Giddings. Appreciate you being with us, your community work. Anyone else in the Zoom room? I don't see any, so we'll close the community forum portion of our meeting and bring it back to the council. Appreciate, as always, hearing from our community about what's top of mind. We really are listening. And sir, you came all this way and are here in chambers. Be happy to visit with you at the conclusion of our meeting. We did hear your request and want to make sure that you personally are protected and well taken care of. So we'd love to visit afterwards to make sure that your personal situation is as safe as possible. We're at section 11, other business and announcements. Is there any other business or announcements for council members? I don't see any. Ms. Long, any other business for council this evening?
Not today, thank you.
Seeing no other business before the Pierce County Council, we are adjourned. Have a good night, everybody.